Hello, Wee. How are you? How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm really good today. How about you?
Fantastic, fantastic. I feel very good. Thank you so much for asking. So
Yeah,
now is a good time to start our amazing class. Let me see, Wee.
yeah.
Can you tell me what did we do? What do you remember about our last encounter?
Yeah, about the last class, we learned about the past tenses, about how to identify it, its uses. We also learn about regular and irregular verbs and the difference between them.
That is correct. Pretty much what we did before in our last class was to have a contrast, all right,
Yeah,
between the different tenses. In addition to this, I assigned you a homework, all right, and it was
yeah,
especially like a certain type of, let's say, a speech or anything you wanted to say
yeah.
about a specific topic. With the option that you can choose, that you could choose anything you want to talk about, but using the different past tenses we mentioned before in our previous class.
Oh, I have sent it to you.
Yeah, let me just open Zalo. Stay with me. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna open Zalo.
Okay.
Okay, so let me see. It's opening now. Meanwhile, we are all right opening as Zalo is opening. Let me just ask you a few quick questions. All right. In regards of the past and the past tenses and the previous classes, as you saw before in our last class. So we have like different past in English,
Yeah,
like I said before, and depending on the scenarios we are referring about, for example, if there is a real situation that was taking place or has been taking place on the past, in this case we can use the present perfect. But if there is a situation that took place and then it was it, we are not anymore doing this, then we use the past, the simple past. But if the action was taking place and we are referring to the action that was taking place, all right, in the past
yeah,
tense, meaning the action was executing at that time, all right,
yeah.
so then we use the past progressive. So that's pretty much how it works.
Okay, I understand.
Based on the context of the interaction. Let me see. I already opened. All right, I already opened Zalo. Let me just look for your name here. Is Yahweh, right? Because I have another way.
Yeah,
Son, right?
I write about summer. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so now I'm gonna share my screen to you, we.
Yeah,
So let's see. Okay, can you see my screen? Well, actually,
okay, I can see it.
okay, that's your homework.
Okay, yeah,
Nice. Let me just zoom so I can better see it. Okay,
okay.
let me see. All right, so give me just 1 second. All right. Okay. Summer vacation is the best time. Let me see. Would you
Oh,
mind reading it so I can check if
okay,
there is like something wrong or something we need to correct?
okay, I will read
Let me
it.
see.
So, summer
You're gonna tell
vacation
me
is the
about your
best
vacation.
time of the year as it gives us an opportunity to take a break from our daily study routine and adopt new hobbies. To
Okay.
me, I spent my last summer vacation doing many things. In the first month of the vacation, my family and I visited our grandparents' place. We do this annually because we believe that is the best way to show our love and care to our grandparents. I spent most of the time of that month playing outside with my uncle and my brother. Especially, we took a 3-day trip to Chuachan Mountain near my grandparents' house. That's been an extremely interesting trip, as we have done lots of things such as climbing the mountain, visiting Yellow Pagoda, or enjoying the mouth-watering local food. At night, we had our dinner on the top of the mountain. While we were preparing for the dinner, I suddenly saw a small squirrel. Then, when I was trying to catch that tiny creature, I accidentally witnessed one of the most beautiful landscapes ever. That's what the magnificent city at night from the high view.
Okay.
Moreover, we also experienced the feeling of sitting on a cable car on our way home. The next 2 months, there were nothing special as I had got to go home in order to go to my extra classes and prepare for my next academic year. Although I had just had 1 month with my huge family, I felt really happy and lucky when I could share most of my precious moments with the people who I love most.
Okay. Fantastic. So let me say one question. Don't you have the past progressive here?
Yeah,
Let me see. Which one is this? I was looking at it, but I don't see it.
yeah, but when I try to catch the squirrel,
Let me see. Let me just zoom. Which of the sentences? Let me see.
yeah, at your mouse.
Right here.
Yeah, right there.
The one that says moreover. This
No,
line.
before that.
Tell me that. Okay, before this one, I accidentally witnessed one of the most powerful landscape.
The previous one, okay. The
Okay.
next previous one,
Oh
okay.
yeah, I saw. Great. I was trying to catch up that tiny creature. All right, well done. Congrats, you did it very well. I think the objective of the class was accomplished. You met the objective. Well done. You did it very well. You understood this very well. Great job, Wei. That's the way it is. You see, this is what we call grammar in context. Not necessarily it's like form, like subject plus predicate plus blah, blah, blah. It's how to apply, I write this in the conversation. That is what I wanted you to do. Great job.
Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. All right. So now we can start our new class. It was very good the way how you did so. So let me just open the presentation so we can go ahead.
Okay.
So hold on 1 second. Okay, so look at that. It was pretty much the previous class. So we covered this part, grammar, presence, contrast. We already understood this very clear. We did these exercises. We completed the rules. All right. We understood very well the rule, when to use it, which is the corresponding tense according to, okay,
Yeah.
what we want to express and all that. I think it was very clear. All
Yeah.
right. And in my opinion, easy. So now we are going to continue with next lesson. We covered this exercise too. Then, so we have the following exercise, which is lesson 2C, culture. All right. Remember in the past, we still continue in the past. And you may say, wow, we are talking a lot about the past. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe because in the past we have so many good memories. There are so many things to remember. Okay. So look at this. I would like you to look at the photo and then let me ask you something. Do you have any idea where is this monument?
Mhm. Well, No, I have no idea where is it.
Okay, let me just tell you. This is the this monument is the war memorial in London called the Cenotaph. All right. So it's called the Cenotaph. Actually, it commemorates all soldiers who have died in the war in which Britain has fought. Which means, let me tell you
Okay.
something. Especially, so it commemorates especially the soldiers that have died fighting. You know, sorry, many years ago, talking about World War II and other, you know, powerful and magnificent wars, all right?
Yeah.
So in which there were a lot of casualties. Do you know what is the word casualty, right?
What? Working? What? I can hear
Casual.
it.
Do you know what is a casualty, right?
No, I don't know much
Oh,
about
okay, let me
this
tell
word.
you. I know it's very technical. I know that may be a very technical English. All right, casualty, that is gonna be a victim. A victim. Do you understand that?
Big fan.
Victim, yeah. Let me write it for you just in case.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
A victim, somebody who suffers from something. All right. And the thing is that during the worms, we can talk about the Second World War II. I don't know if you ever heard about that. Like
Yeah.
back in the days, when the global superpowers were fighting, like countries versus countries and etc. And because of all of these deaths, all right, so all of these people who pass away, so pretty much the Britain government decided to create this memorial monument, all right, trying to honor the name of these people. Do you understand that?
Yeah. I know this because there has one near our area.
Pardon me? You say that you have one like that in your area?
Yeah. It's to it's to remind us about like well the soldiers that had died when they tried to protect our area.
Okay. Oh, okay. When they were trying to protect the homeland,
Yeah.
the homeland of your country. I understand that. That's something very relevant because it's gonna be pretty much of the memory of everyone. And
Yeah.
obviously, talking about that, when we remember things like that, I know it's something that is sad that many people will not remember with emotion, but many people will remember the effort these people did arrive for their nation, for the
Yeah.
nations. All right. So
All right.
now let's continue. So look at this way. We have a vocabulary, we have a set of vocabulary over here. All right, we are going to match the words below with the definitions. Look at the definitions. Okay, well, wow. So look at
Mm.
this. That is the word I would, but here is in plural.
What? Can you repeat?
Okay, here, sorry. Here is in plural. This is the word casualties.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what is a casualty?
Like injured soldier.
Yeah, casualty is a victim.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's see. Now let's match. All right.
All right.
Let me see. Number one, a person who tells soldiers what to do.
Ooh.
If you look at me, you will get the answer.
Okay, I know that, but I wonder whether it was officer or puppies.
Okay, so which one do you think?
I
Remember,
think
it's a,
in
a person who tells soldiers, all right, what to do.
I think that is the officer.
Okay, let's check. We're gonna check this, all right?
All right.
And the answer
Okay.
is officer. Great job. Fantastic. All right, let me see. People who fight, all right, on the same side as you. And I'm not talking about a boxer, all right, fighting.
Yeah. I
What
am
that
sure that
is.
I think that they are comrades.
Okay,
Comrades.
comrades, all right. So let's see. A place where soldiers fight.
That is the battlefield.
A battlefield, that's right. That is totally correct, the battlefield. Let me see. People injured or killed in a battle.
They are casualties.
Casualties, all right? Singular casualty, plural casualties, all right?
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me see. Number 5, a situation in which countries or a group of people fight against each other. What is it?
That is conflicts.
Conflict or war, rather. It's gonna be war
Yeah.
because it's countries or group, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Conflict is like the situation is tense. Maybe you were walking around and you know, like there are some problems you cannot even pass, and still there is not a war. All right, or there
Okay.
is not a fight yet. Okay, period of fighting.
This is conflicts.
That's right. Okay, so let me see. Red flowers.
Uh, that is they are puppies.
Okay, poppies. That's right. That is correct. Let me
Okay.
just continue.
All right.
Okay, now I want you to listen to this. Oh my gosh. I remember something when I see this. Oh, I remember something from the past that, you know, went through my mind when I saw this logo. All right, so let's see. Look at this. I'm gonna play the audio right now.
All right.
Then I want you to listen to the beginning of the radio program about the Remembrance Day. All right. Then after
All right.
this, we're gonna do the same we always do so many times. We are going to complete the fact file with the correct numbers. So just listen to the information. All right.
All right.
Lesson 2C, Exercise 3.
Poppy Day is the day when people in Britain and other countries commemorate the soldiers who died for their country in 2 world wars and later conflicts. It's on the 11th of November every year, because World War I officially ended on the 11th of November 1918. Every year at exactly 11 o'clock in the morning, there is a 2-minute silence. This tradition began in 1919, 1 year after the end of World War I, when there was a 2-minute silence in London.
Okay.
It was a chance for everybody to stop what they were doing and remember the people who had died.
Okay. So now let's see.
Right.
Did you manage to listen well the information?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, fantastic. It makes me feel very happy. So
Yeah.
let me see. Um, okay, when is it? On
It's on 11 November each year.
okay, 11th November each year. All right. Okay, why that date? It's the
Because
anniversary of the end of the World War
World War One. I think World War One.
One. All right. But just keep something in mind. The monument is dedicated, all right, for all of the
Yeah.
soldiers, no matter the wars, whether it was 1, 2, all right, or any other, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mention 3 because we don't want that. All
Yeah.
right.
Nobody wants
Not
that.
at all. All right, not at all. Okay, what happens
Okay.
at 11 a.m.?
There is a 2-minute silence.
Okay, a 2-minute silence. All right. When was the first silence?
I think
In
it's in the 1990.
1990. That's 1919.
All right.
Okay, so let's see here. Well, that this part I love it. I always love this kind of part of the lesson, the exam strategies. I think they are very creative and dynamic. Okay, look at this. I want you to read the exam strategy, then carefully
Okay.
read the questions and the options in exercise number 5. look at this. Something that is going to help you a lot. It's going to help you a lot more because it has to do with um, multiple choice. The reason I'm saying this, I remember in the past, all right? I will, in one of my trainings of exam preparations, I was talking to, my colleagues, teachers, all right, in regards multiple choice, all right, and the way
Yes.
how a student see multiple choice in the test during the evaluation. I think it's one of the best way for the students to think less and choose more
Yeah.
because they have more time to analyze the information. Okay, so let's see. Can you read it for me?
Okay. When you do a multiple choice listening task, read the
Okay.
questions and options carefully before you listen for the first time.
Okay, that is correct. When you do a multiple choice listening task, then once you read the questions, there is something. Pay attention to this. Once you read the question, when you read the question, what is that you are doing?
Yeah, I like first one like read it for the first time. Read all of them and then carefully look at the keyword.
Okay, carefully you try to choose the keyword, but more than anything else, what you try to do is skimming information. You are skimming
Yes.
information, and then most importantly, you're trying to analyze which one is the correct. Pretty much is an analysis of, okay, of what you are trying to choose in order for you to come across with the correct answer. All right, you are just
Yeah.
scanning information, skimming, and then after that, once you scan the correct information, then you choose. Okay. So
Okay.
and then this is something that I know that is not new for you. I'm sure that you are the type of students who does that. You read the questions and then look at you see carefully, all right, the options before you listen for the first time. And let me tell you something. What do you think may be the intention of this?
Uh, this I think the main aim of this is to help us to do the listening task more effectively.
Okay, okay. Number one, when it has to do with the listening task, especially is for you to enable your active listening, all right, to be able
Yeah.
to unlock, all right, the information, but especially that you have when you're taking an evaluation or not necessarily an evaluation, that can be in the whole context of a task, all right. So it's for you to be able to especially to unlock, all right, the messages in case that you do not know a new word, and also especially to be more, let's say, careful when it comes to listening information, all right, more, all right, paying more attention,
Yeah.
etc., etc., etc. So then let's continue. I think
Okay.
you already read. Okay, let me just show you this. Okay, so now we are going to listen the exercise number 5. We are going to listen the complete program, and then after that, I want you to choose the correct answer. Then look at, well, here we have the same multiple. Well, here we have a multiple choice exercise, and then I want you to apply the same you have been applying the exam strategy. You're gonna apply this right now at this very moment. Ready?
All right.
Here we go.
Lesson 2C, Exercise 5.
Poppy Day is the day when people in Britain and other countries
Okay.
commemorate the soldiers who died for their country in 2 world wars and later conflicts. It's on the 11th of November every year, because World War I officially ended on the 11th of November 1918. Every year at exactly 11 o'clock in the morning, there is a 2-minute silence. This tradition began in 1919, 1 year after the end of World War I, when there was a 2-minute silence in London. It was a chance for everybody to stop what they were doing and remember the people who had died. This is how one British newspaper described the event.
At exactly 11 o'clock, all the cars, trams, and other vehicles stopped. Everyone stood very still. The silence became deeper. It spread over the whole city. It was a silence which was almost pain. It was the spirit of memory.
John McCrae was a Canadian doctor who fought as an officer in World War I. He saw terrible things during that time. There were sometimes hundreds of casualties in one day. Thousands and thousands of young soldiers fought and died in the muddy, wet fields of Flanders, a part of Belgium. In those same muddy fields, red flowers grew, poppies. McCrae imagined that the poppies were growing there to mark the places where young men had died. He found the sight of the poppies very moving and wrote a poem about them. In the poem, we hear the dead soldiers speak. It begins with this line: "In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row." John McCrae died in battle in 1918. An American woman called Moira Michael read his poem and bought some poppies. She wore one of them and sold the others. She gave the money to ex-soldiers in the United States. Other people copied the idea.
Okay.
They made poppies out of paper and sold them to raise money for ex-soldiers and the families of soldiers who had died. Selling poppies became a tradition which spread from country to country. Today, poppies are sold in many countries around the world. When people buy and wear poppies, they are remembering all the soldiers who fought and died in World War I between 1914 and 1918, and in later wars.
That's right.
And although World War I happened about 100 years ago,
Later wars as
people
well.
do still remember. In the UK alone, about 40 million poppies are sold each year.
Okay. Did you manage to listen this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So let's see. Now we are going to. Now I want you to apply the exam strategy. This way.
Okay.
Okay. Now I want you to apply the exam strategy. This way you're going to choose the correct answer. All right. Let me see. Number one.
Okay. Number one,
On
I
the
choose
11th, okay, on the 11th of November, people remember.
remember soldiers who have died in all major conflicts since the start of World War I.
Okay, so let me just check. Let's confirm. Okay, soldiers who have died in all major conflicts. That's correct. Let me see. Number two, according to one of the British newspaper, the first 2-minute silence in London.
I think it's C.
Actually, it's
B.
D.
B.
Yeah, took place over the entire city.
Yeah.
This 2 minutes of silence, it took place over the entire city. But I think some other countries did the same. I think you know, obviously it's a separate event, all right? But it happens also, something similar happens in the United States, all right? And also in Canada, you know, years ago. Here in America, the same happens, and then in Canada too. And I think also Australia.
Okay.
So this is something apart, all right? I don't want you to like mix things, all right, from another topic. I'm just letting you know this, because it was, from that time, this is something that happens by that time. It was not only in the UK or in the Britain, it was something that happens here in America, Canada, United States, also in Australia. And you can also research about that and you will notice it's gonna come up there. Okay, so John McCrae was,
He was a soldier who survived the war. No, a Canadian doctor and officer who wrote the poem about the puppies.
okay, let's see, that is correct. John McCrae was a Canadian doctor and officer who wrote a poem, all right? Let me see. Like I said, then John McCrae was a Canadian doctor and officer who wrote a poem about puppies. That is correct. So let's see number 4. Okay, the tradition of selling puppies to help ex-soldiers arrive and their family began
In the UK, but soon spread around the world.
That is correct. Okay, you see what I told you? It began in the UK, but soon it is spread all around the world. And as like I said before, you can, but especially the first influence was here in America, because it was when by the times of the war, like especially it was in this in the States, Canada, Australia. I can tell you that the forerunner was Britain, right? But after that, the other ones who continued this tradition, especially were Canada, Australia, all right, and here in America. Okay, so that's fine. So let me see. Look at that. Number 6. So now I want you to look at the dates, all right, from A to C, and then answer the questions. Look at this. What events do these dates commemorate? In which countries are they important? Do you know any other anniversaries that are nationally important in your country or in any other country?
Yeah, I just know the first May in my country.
Okay, first made in your country. What do you guys celebrate there in Vietnam?
Yeah, like we like I like this is the day for us to clean most of the things. Yeah.
Okay, say it again one more time. I could not listen well. It was breaking up.
Yeah, like like in this day we always tidy up everything in our yeah
At home?
tidy everything
Oh, you tied it
at
everything.
home, at home, at school, at everywhere.
Everywhere. All right. So I think that is gonna be very good for this coronavirus outbreak, like that, So not this day, not in Vietnam, but I mean in the whole world. Because of this, actually people can be healthier. July 4th. Oh my God.
I think you know this because this is
Independence Day.
in the Independence Days of the UK. Not US.
US. All right.
Yes.
So let me see. 14th July.
Oh, well, I don't know this.
Let's go back.
I don't know this day.
Okay, so look at this. 14th July. So it commemorates actually what happens, like the Bastille Day in France. Like this is a French National Day,
Okay.
right? Is the July? Actually, this day is a Bastille Day in France, and also a French National Day. It's commemorate the storming of Bastille, which is a fortress, a prison that was used during the French Revolution. Okay, it was back in 1789.
Okay.
Let me ask you another question. All right.
Okay.
Do you know, do you know any other, do you know any, do you know any other anniversary or any other celebration that that actually you guys commemorate in your country?
Yeah, the most important day, I think that is probably the Independence Days in 4 of no in the 30th of wait, I forget it.
Okay, the most important date is your Independence Days, all right?
Yeah, in 13th of April. Yeah, 30, 30 of April.
Okay, okay. You say 13?
30, 30.
Okay, okay, fantastic. And let me see. Well, actually, I imagine that it's a day, it's a very memorable day in your country, right?
Yeah.
What do you do, especially when there is a celebration of of your national Independence Day?
Yeah, in that day we I usually go to the yeah, go to my grandparents' house because their house is near the city. Live there, stay there for about 2 days, and in the first day we go to the like the monument and stand for about 10 minutes to remember about the soldiers in the past.
Okay, to remember about the soldiers and the effort they did in the past. All right,
Yeah,
that sounds very good. One more thing I would like to tell you. All right, another thing I would like to tell you. There in Vietnam, well, I imagine you guys do. That's just an assumption.
yeah,
Let me see. Do you guys have like military parades? Like, you know, the army has a parade and they do some demonstrations and things like that. Sometimes they fly airplanes, they fly helicopters. People, soldiers, and military team goes around the city. They close one of the strips. Do you guys do that?
yeah. But just people like soldiers, no plane and no tanks, no ship.
Okay. You know, it's like a military expect. It's kind of like a military event. You know, and a spectacle. You know,
Yeah,
for the civils. All right. So let's continue.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, look at this. I would like you to write. Obviously, that'll be a homework. That's not gonna be for now, but now,
Yeah.
yeah, you can use the spoken part of this. You can use your ideas. So I would like you to read. I would like you to write a fact file about an important date. All right.
Yeah.
You can use one of the dates from exercise 6 or your own ideas. Not necessarily you need to use like one of them if you don't want, but if you want, you can use another one that if you want, you can use one of them. But if you decide to look for another one that is important, or maybe another date that I don't know, which you consider is important historically, all right, that has some historical events, maybe something that is new for me and you, for you and I, and then you're going to include the following information. You're gonna tell me what was it, when was it, okay, what that day, okay, why that date, okay, why this day or that day it happened, okay, and what happens that a specific date, and when did it start. Let me just take advantage of this moment, and I'm going to share this right here because as you know, this is in a second. Okay, as you know, this is a research homework. Let me see, maybe because I'm sharing the screen. Okay, look at there.
Okay. I have received it.
Okay, you received it.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, so look at this. Let me just go back to the presentation.
Okay.
So let's just practice this real quick. Not necessarily has to be something that that is new. All right, just practice the spoken part so that you kind of have an idea of what you are gonna do. Okay, tell me, for example, let's just practice this. What was this? What was this celebration about?
Yes. I think I'm gonna talk about the Independence Day of Vietnam.
Okay, and when was it?
Yeah, we celebrated it on annually on the 30th of April.
And why that day?
Yeah, we celebrate that day because that is the day when our when our
What
country was
happens?
independent. Yeah, the thing is that my country is under the like the
Dominion?
domination
Domination?
of yeah, of America and also China. Yeah, and in that day we both in the we both make two sides of Vietnam independent.
Okay, and let me tell you something. And when did it start?
It start in the 30th of April in 1975.
Okay, fantastic. So look at this. What we are going to do here is the following. All right. Then in this case, you kind of have an idea of what to do. Then same way you're gonna write it. All right. You're going to
Yeah.
write that in a like as you do all the time. All right. You're gonna create this, and after that, you send me the picture of your outline. This way, I'm gonna be correcting your homework and just evaluate how good was it. All right. And then let me just ask you something. I
Okay.
have a question for you. What did we do today and what did we learn today in this class?
Yeah, today in this class we learn how to remember about the past. The first thing is
Hello, can you hear me? Wait.
and the monument, how to
Okay.
do them, and something is that
Hello, wait. I think it's getting
first
freezing. I think there are some connectivity
my
issues.
connect is on table.
It's on the table. Yeah, that's right. Okay, but no problem. Now I can listen to you better. Can you say it one more time?
Yeah, today we learn about the words about war, the monument, and the thing is that how to do a multiple choice listening task. And
Considering,
finally,
yeah,
I can learn about the some anniversary in the war.
that is correct. And considering also this exam strategy, all right? Considering the exam strategy in order for you to complete the multiple choice task, all right? Well, I think it was fantastic to cover all this part today because we have learned so many things. Then, and for the, just send me the homework and see you in our next class. Have a fantastic
Yeah, see you next
night.
class. Yeah, good and happy morning. See ya.
See you next class. Bye.
Bye.